Can you come to the United States, to Silicon Valley of all places, in May, and we're going to pitch Rupert to investors?
Rupert's down. I've got an error.
Actually, probably the first bit of bad news we've had for a while. I'll be really honest, it was because of me.
You don't need to be popular on YouTube or a massive YouTuber to get value from this.
It just shows following up on your leads does bloody work. I'm really happy with what's gone on in the very early stages. People only buy a tech solution when they've actually got the problem at the time. Just need more customers, more customers. If we can have a study put together with the stamp of University of Warwick, would be absolutely incredible.
If you're new here, this is the road to 1,000 users where me and James are trying to get our new platform Rupert, a 24/7 social media assistant to help you manage your comment section, to 1,000 users by the end of 2025. This series is going to document the highs, lows and realities of building a tech startup after James sold his previous 2 companies to focus solely on Rupert.
Monday morning, by the way. I've not really done an update on where I am, but I'm in the office because after my race of the weekend, I've hurt my calf, so I'm getting a scan. So I'm actually in the office on Monday, which is rare. Then I've got to rush back home to grab Quinn from school. A little catch up with Joe at We Are Concept. See how we're getting on. How you doing? We're getting about 200 customers a day, give or take a minute. And that's nowhere near enough, Joe. That needs to skyrocketing quickly.
But that's a lot.
Yeah, it's getting there. It's definitely.
How many customers do you need? Because did you not say it was
Thousands. I need 1,000.
And you're getting 200 a day?
No, 2 a day.
I thought you said 200.
Now, I wish. I'd be laughing all the way. So yeah, we're definitely getting there. Yeah, it's just taking a lot longer than I was expecting.
I left the office a little bit early today and I am walking to get my daughter from school. Over the weekend there's been a small development when it comes to where we are, what we're doing, and also actually the opportunity that's in front of us. So Rupert, obviously, as we know, is growing at a slower pace than expected, and we are in discussions with investors. Now, I had a conversation with someone on Friday evening who's actually raising in the US at the moment. They have really candid with us about actually raising in the US versus the UK at the moment. In his words, the UK. He said, have you thought about the US? I have, but like any of us, where do you start? After speaking with him and talking him through Rupert, what Rupert does, the opportunities in front of us, he then said, well, let's go to the US. Are you free in 2 weeks? Now, I'm not free in 2 weeks because I can't just up and leave the family. He said, okay, well, fine, but what about May? Can you come to the United States, to Silicon Valley of all places, with me in May, and we're going to pitch Rupert to investors? And I was like, well, yeah, but it's not confirmed yet, so I don't want to sit here and say it's definitely confirmed, because it's not, but that is what could happen. Something else to note, the chap I was speaking to put a little spin on Rupert in terms of, could you pivot? Could parents use this, plug in their children's accounts and stop any negative comments? That is very relevant with Adolescence, the Netflix documentary that's gone live and discussed in Parliament. Could it be shown in schools? At the moment, Rupert's only been built for business pages, but actually in terms of children's pages, could it? And the answer is yes, it can. So I'm going to be speaking with the developers next week, going through what we can do when it comes to children's own pages and how a parent might be able to plug their account into XYZ. So really interesting. Hadn't thought about it myself, but yeah, we'll see how we get on.
So I've just logged on before taking Quinn to school. Rupert's down. I've got an error, a privacy error. Tech. Not the best way to start the day, as I've got literally calls all day with agencies to demo Rupert. Hopefully it's just a quick fix. Your connection is not private. So this server could not prove that it is Rupert.digital. This may be caused by misconfiguration or an attacker intercepting your connection. Now, we've had loads of hits on the site, which I told the guys about last week, and I hope they've looked at it, because if they haven't, and we have been attacked, fuck hell.
So the lead from last night, Facebook lead, has she connected her account? No, of course she hasn't. Why would anyone create an account on Rupert and then connect it? Well, today, Guy and I have got a load of calls booked in with agencies to run through Rupert and how it can help and all the rest of it. So, hopefully by the end of the day, we'll have some more agency clients.
So since we last spoke, James, I put it in front of a few people I thought it would be decent for. I've had no one click on the link. But to be honest, I could do with a better way of introducing them to it. Like, if you were more up for kind of running demos, I think that would be a much greater way to be able to do it.
Yeah, James and I mashed a few ideas around last week. And we want to make it easier for you to get Rupert into the hands of your clients or in the hands of your network. The BD type message in there, the subject line is just got to get them to open it. They're definitely going to open that. So, any businesses that you like nurturing or got a bit quiet or anything like that, even clients, to be fair, so this is both of you. We're going to co-create a few assets, aren't we, James, that then Mike can send 2, 3, 4 weeks time. You, all your clients, 10 a.m, James, demo, Rupert. If 3 turn up, 3 turn up. If 13 turn up, 13 turn up, that's great. And we can give you all the emails, the assets, the links to the YouTube, the one-pagers, all that type of stuff. We'll give you all that. All you've got to do is bring the client to the data and then do the send.
That all sounds good. It's just giving a reason for why am I putting it in front of them. They'd be thinking, okay, they're just trying to sell me something else. Because that's why I think the one-to-one stuff works a little bit better.
This is what I was trying to explain to Guy from an agency perspective. Like, you had it all the time. Like, you'd meet these great tech platforms, you go, oh, they're really good for a client. But you never really just went, oh, here you go, Mr. Client, or, this could be interesting. Typically, because of the relationship, you're petrified as an agency that you're just always on the fucking rob from a client, that you the client relationship, and they go, let's say it starts quarantining a load of positive comments, right? They're going to go to Mike and go, oh, cheers for that, mate. And then for all Mike knows, goes, fuck, I've lost that contract then. You're always on paranoia.
What I'd love to do, and I haven't thought this out, but you do a white paper, you reference all of that data, and this is what it did. I went to all our paid social clients and I went, this is what it did to CPMs, this is what it did to click-through rates, this is their change, and this is what happened. But then what you've got is, you've got a case that have got a white paper of it and doing it, and then we push that out, and then, again, more reasons for us to kind of chat to people about it. There are a couple more intros that I can make, and I can work on those. I'd like those to be one-to-one and introduce them to you, James, so you can have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
I've got a consultancy client of mine who does manage organic socials, so I can kind of push that a little bit more, and I can get you an intro for that. He's got about 10 to 12 clients. So I think there's a couple of immediate things. There's the next step, which is white paper, and then there's a partnership around one-to-many stuff.
I'll do those intros now, buddy. Chat about obviously getting this stuff over and webinar and dates, and I'll do it post this call, buddy.
One of the things I was going to suggest is if there's a one page that we can drop into our proposal, and then what we'll do is, I'm happy to have it as almost like this is something that comes as part of working with us. It's either something that we manage for you or you can manage it yourself, but we'll label it as, look, this is really important for the performance of your campaigns, and it's a great, sales opportunity if comments are replied to effectively.
You just want some assets to add to your current proposal and a little bit of blurb.
Yeah. For existing clients, I'll go back next door after we finish, have a chat with her about this is a new service that we want to offer to clients. And what's the process for us contacting and rolling this out, upselling it basically to those existing clients? And how can we get half a dozen of them trying it out for 3 months? I think that makes sense.
Top man. All right. Cheers, Johnny boy.
Just came off a call with a health brand just up the road in Redditch. Josh, he is a marketing manager, and they want to use Rupert for 2 things actually: the CEO's personal brand and also their own ads, which is interesting. Just create an account. He's going to do the 7-day free trial and see how he gets on, which is cool. I had a couple of calls today with agencies. I've got another one in 10 minutes. I'll just come down to get an espresso. Good old day. We just need more customers, more customers. And also we got some really bad news yesterday. Actually, probably the first bit of bad news we've had for a while. And that is that we didn't get shortlisted to pitch to the E100 Investment Club. And I'll be really honest, it was because of me. I didn't really do very well, if I'm being honest, and it's probably the first time in a while that I can really sort of look at myself in the mirror and go, God, you were pants, which is gutting. But Keith reached out on email and said, look, we'd love for you to reapply in a couple of months when you're a bit further on. So what I don't have at the moment is the numbers that they want, LTV, the CAC, but it is what it is. It's nothing I can do. I'm so tired as well. My son is not sleeping at the minute, and I'm so tired. I'll be honest. I just need a coffee.
spoke to James a couple of times and been to the demo, and I do think it's a nice value add for us. Do you want another little demo of the platform where you? I was going to say, I think what would be good. I'm a bottleneck here. We've had a bit of a restructure recently, so there's clear and obvious people that this would be good to speak to, so both on the organic side and the paid side and the account management side, probably. Do you have a weekly or a bi-weekly, like everybody on a meeting? The easiest way for us to slip it, say if you do every second Thursday, 9 till 10. We just come 10 till 15. You just ask those teams to stay on another 15, if that's as easy for you as organising a separate meeting. Probably only like there's 3 key people that we need to wait by. Yeah, so it could just be a separate meeting for me. But what I'll do is after this, I'll just message them and I'll just send some dates over to you and then get cracking from there.
So this is a new brand who has just signed into Rupert. So it is a client called, it's Steve Bennett. This is the CEO of a health brand. And you'll see here over the last 7 days, he's had 145 comments quarantined. There's his brand bashers, there's his advocates, and there the comments let. Great seeing a new user on there who sees the value in Rupert, basically. New user, boom, 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 boom. I'm so tired today.
I just logged into YouTube and I wanted to see the results for the last 28 days. In March, we've had 8,500 views, but we've had 64 hours of watch time. Obviously, subscriber numbers are absolutely pants, but 64 hours of watch time, that's a lot of watch time. Really, really cool. Well happy with that. And if I look at April, wow, we've already had 28 hours and we've already had 10,000 views. That's amazing. You don't need to be popular on YouTube or a massive YouTuber to get value from this. It's really cool.
YouTube's given us some serious views. Like April, 28 hours. It's only the 9th. More people are consuming our content. It's really, really good.
James and Guy then had a catch up to discuss how the recent agency meetings have been going.
Just so you know where I am, Guy, with this is, obviously I know we're still early on, but I'm really, really happy with what's gone on in the very early stages. So my sort of plan of action is, and again, this is just a plan in my head, which is the end of the next 8 weeks to 9, 10-ish weeks, based on this process and what returns we're seeing, I would want to start putting an ad out for a partnerships manager, but I'd want you on a longer term retainer to manage that person.
Yeah, understood. Look, it sounds like a really good opportunity, and campaign as a thumbs up sounds really interesting, and then we'll hopefully, when we nail this process over the next few weeks, we'll have that playbook for that partner manager.
But no, really, really, really good start, buddy.
Oh no, appreciate that. No, thank you, and I'm really enjoying it.
I'm about to do my LinkedIn Live, and being really, really honest, I've not actually had time to sort of prepare for this. So, we go live in 2 minutes.
After this, James joined me in the office and we discussed Google Ads assets. So a couple of vlogs ago, James had a meeting with Chris to talk Performance Max ads. In order to do those, we need assets. So here you can see me and James discussing some ideas. Now it's tricky with Rupert as it's not a handbag or some headphones where you can just put a picture and go, buy this please. We have to do a bit of explaining like why you need Rupert, what it does, etc. Which is hard to get across on a video and even harder to get across in an image. So after banging our heads against the wall for a few hours, James is going to talk to some contacts and get some more ideas before we work on them some more. Also, James had an event with people from the University of Warwick this evening, so me and the doctor, Dr. Nick, took over the Fake Marketer podcast, and we'll jump in now with James to see how he got on.
Just finished the Warwick University academics chat panel talk, and I've got the head of psychology and the head of business who want me to go and see them and see what studies they can do with Rupert and how it's going to help social media managers' mental health and the impact that it's having on the business. And really, really, really interesting. They were so pleasant towards what we're trying to do, which is a massive help. How cool is that? Yeah, good night. I'm glad I did that in the end. I was a bit suspect because I didn't know what it would be like, but actually it went down really well. If we can have a study put together and do our own study with the stamp of University of Warwick, would be absolutely incredible.
It's Friday. I've got a call right now with a business. He was a Facebook lead from about 2 weeks ago. Well, they come under TGC Leisure. They own 14 different events and pubs and restaurants in Scotland. Followed up with David, and he wants to see how Rupert works and how it can work for these guys. So it just shows following up on your leads rather than just emailing and texting them does bloody work. And I actually spoke to a lot of people yesterday, and annoyingly I didn't film any of it because I was in the office, and yeah, I just didn't, annoyingly. I managed to get one conversion, which was a cheerleading group in Cheltenham, which is cool. They're on the call now, so let's say hello to these guys. Obviously, David, you've had yours on now. If you want any help just adding each organisation, just give me a shout. But honestly, once you're connected, you'll see that you'll be absolutely flying. And then what we'll do is if we put a review meeting in for a month today, so the 9th of May, and then by then you've been using it for a good month, then you'll be able to see what you think.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Brilliant.
I'll be email next week and just give you the update on how the first week went.
Yeah. And literally, and like I said, any questions at all, just reach out.
Brilliant, James. Thanks again.
Cheers, guys. Have a nice weekend. Take care. Boom. $2.99 a month. Fucking get in there. So the question is, do I look like an absolute Burke in these sunglasses?
No, not at all.
Really struggled to record this week. For no other reason that I've just sort of been really busy and just forgot a little bit. When I'm in the office on a Thursday and Friday, it's actually really hard to sometimes record stuff. Because it's co-working, I don't have a set desk. They do residence desks, which I've been trying for the last few days. I might potentially get that just because it's easier. But yeah, it's been a busy week. Got some cool updates, and here they are.